Good, y'all? So y'all can see the city skyline is behind me. This isn't my typical Gumption talk, but I kind of want to make this video out of documentation because today has been very different than any of my other days. And I'm sitting up here. If I'm watching this in the future, this is Libby Hill Park in Richmond. And today has been one of those days, I just finished up DoorDashing for the past 3 hours where I just sat in silence the whole time. The entire time I was just sitting in silence. And even in my apartment today, just no phones, no music, no podcasts, no YouTube videos, no nothing, just sitting in silence. And, I just been fed up with the way that this business that I've been running has been progressing because it hasn't. And I'm starting to get deep into the personal development stage. And what I mean by this is when I first started off this coaching, this mentorship business, I switched from my social media marketing agency and, I wasn't in it for the quick buck. I knew this was going to take a while. I knew this was going to take a lot of effort, but, I couldn't expect all the emotions to come out of it. I couldn't expect all of the reps that I put in with very little to no reward that I got out of it. And I tell myself all the time just to forget about the reward, forget about the reward, forget about the outcome. But it's difficult when you're, putting in your heart and soul into the things that you do every single solitary day. It's difficult. And I'm at that stage right now where I'm just sitting in life. I'm like, bro, fuck. I've never thought one time that I'm not going to succeed. And I still don't. I have all of the belief in the world that I'm going to make this happen. In my mind, it already has happened. And I'm not making this video like, fuck, guys, I'm giving up. It's not like that. But it's more about, this is a lot harder than I thought. A lot harder than I thought. And it's a little bit of excitement inside of me because I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know when it's going to work. But all I know is how to keep going forward. And I think that, this time that I spent in Richmond so far, I moved back in about a month ago already. And, I've been damn near isolated the whole time. I've just been on grind mode the whole time. I picked up 2 jobs, working DoorDash, dog walking, and then working on my business on the side. And, I've just been in full grind mode, and I feel like all of that noise, all of the external factors on my life pressing on me, it kind of, how can I say this? It made me blind to where I was going with my business. So once I started feeling settled in, this week is a slow week for work for me, and I got time to actually just sit with my thoughts. And instead of turning on podcasts and music, I was doing the start of week. It's Wednesday right now. I did in the start of week, turned on music and podcasts and stuff. And, I just ignored all of the thoughts in my head. I ignored all of them. I was wondering, why is this business not working for me? Why am I not getting the outcome that I want? And I wasn't listening to myself. And, today, I'm going to tell y'all something real quick. Last night, I turned down the noise. I feel weird talking this park, but fuck it. For documentation reasons, I just want to watch this back in the future. But, I turned down the noise last night, and I've been taking steps towards God every single day. And I wrote down, I don't even know how to write down a prayer, but I did last night. And, I'm studying the Quran right now. I'm open-minded towards any religion, but, I wanted to make an educated decision before I make a commitment to any faith. But, I wrote a prayer because, I'm just at a point where I'm feeling down, I'm really going through it right now. I'm really I need something, I need some hope, I need some spirit, and the only way I know how to do that is through spirituality. So I wrote a prayer, which I've never prayed before in my life. It's a foreign concept to me, But, in that prayer, I just asked for the opportunity to help others. I asked for wisdom. I asked for discernment. And that's really all I want in this life. And I know that God will give me that. He won't just gift it to me, but through learning lessons, I desire to have those traits. I desire to have opportunities to help others. And I've never wrote down a prayer in my life before, but I did yesterday for some reason. And this is how I like to think about it, right? When I first started my business, my coaching business, the second business that I ran as an entrepreneur, you go through something called uninformed optimism, where you're like thinking, oh, this is going to be sweet. I'm going to be making money off of helping others. This is so cool. And you don't see the countless reps you do without getting the reward. That's really fucking time, let me tell you that. Because I've been at this for months and months on end without no reward, for real. And it's difficult to keep going every single day. It's really difficult. And I feel like the months previous to this, the inputs that I give into social media the inputs that I give into this business is through social media, right? That's how I build my personal brand, which ultimately will help me find people that I can help and I can ultimately coach. And the thing is that I felt like, I was trying to do my thing. I didn't. The light is really flickering right now. But for months and months on end, I was posting content thinking that I was making progress. But really, in the grand scheme of things, yes, I've been doing it consistently. Yes, I've made some progress. But it's not at the exponential rate that I expected of myself. Keyword, expected the outcome. I'm realizing now, while talking this out, that I've been expecting the outcome for so long. And it's hitting me now because I've been doing reps every single day. I haven't got the outcome that I wanted. And I'm at a point of realization right now where, I couldn't ever imagine myself stepping back from this business. I could not imagine that at all, unless it was like my family was at gunpoint or something. Because once you see where this could take you, you don't ever want to go back. It's like once you're in it, bro, you're already just going to go all in. So I just got to see it through. And right now I'm at a point where, honestly, I'm going to be honest with y'all, it's depressing. It really is. I don't really got too many friends out here in Richmond, bro. This is why I get so damn excited about running, is because I feel connected to the nature. I feel connected to, the earth. I don't really know. Running makes me excited, and watching myself back, I realized that instead of actually being passionate about topics that I talk about on videos, I'm kind of just yelling a little bit louder, kind of just trying to force my message down people's throats instead of actually talking about something that means something to me. And I feel like running is the only thing that keeps me going in this time right now. And again, it's a little bit exciting because I don't really, I'm dead broke right now, 9:30 on a Wednesday, sitting with this mean-ass view. But it's kind of exciting because I don't know when it's going to happen, but I know what I'm going to achieve in this life, and it's going to be great. I just got to, I'm just in a stage in my life where it's unclear right now. Again, I just want to document that for y'all because that's just how I'm feeling. And another thing is that when I started to turn down the noise, I actually started thinking to myself. I actually started listening to my thoughts. And I've been studying this business model. I've been studying success for years and years on end. For months, I've been studying what my mentor has given me and information. I've been rewatching, our group calls that we have every single Sunday with all of the students in the mentorship group, and just learning more and more. And I have all of those topics, all of that information in my database, talking about my brain right here. And I feel like I was never able to use them because I had so much noise in my environment. But once I started turning it down, I consciously realized, bro, I'm doing this wrong. And I feel like it's so easy for me to do the wrong thing being me, but I can look at someone else and be like, why are you doing it this way? Just because it's not myself. Yeah, this is really a cool view. Just because it's not myself, I'm able to give them the right piece of information, but I feel biased towards myself. Sorry about that. So I'm realizing that I have all of the information in my database. It felt good to get off my chest. Really glad I made this video again.